If you've been around the internet recently, you've probably heard of ChatGPT. I wanted to check whether ChatGPT was the real deal or not. So I asked it, what are the 4 dimensions of the external affairs power? And it got it wrong. Here's what the AI said: treaty making, implementation of treaties, matters of international concern, and defense. But no, that's not right. Hello everyone, my name is Renato Costa, this is Aussie Law, and today we'll look at the 4 different aspects of the external affairs power of section 5129. So here's ChatGPT's full answer. It said, the external affairs power in the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution is one of the constitutional powers that enable the Commonwealth government to make laws with respect to international relations and treaties. The 4 dimensions of the external affairs powers are treaty making. The Commonwealth government has the power to make treaties with foreign countries which are legally binding agreements between nations. Implementation of treaties. The external affairs power enables the Commonwealth government to implement the terms of treaties in domestic law by making laws to give effect to the provision of the treaties. Matters of international concern. The external affairs power extends to matters of international concern, such as issues related to human rights, the environment, and trade. And 4, defense. The external affairs power also includes the power to make laws with respect to defense, which allows the Commonwealth government to take steps to protect Australia's national security and defend its interests in the international community. The external affairs power is an important component of Australia's constitutional framework, as it allows the Commonwealth government to participate in the international community and respond to global issues and concerns. However, it's wrong. And the reason why I think it got it wrong is because there are many sections in the Commonwealth Constitution that have a relationship with external affairs. The defense power in section 51(6) is one example. Some other examples are the naturalization of aliens in subsection 19, immigration in subsection 27, and the relations with islands of the Pacific in subsection 30. So, when ChatGPT says, for example, that defense is one dimension of the external affairs power section 5129, it is wrong. It's just not completely wrong. Of course, defense has some tenets that relate to external affairs, but the external affairs power in section 5129 does not concern that. So, come with me and let's correct ChatGPT. Let me tell you what the dimensions of section 5129 really are. The first thing is that there are 3 and potentially 4 aspects to the external affairs power. So when I asked about the 4 dimensions, I'll admit the question was a bit tricky. One dimension that has been recognized was the existence of the international relations with other countries, coming out of Chief Justice Latham's decision in R and Sharkey. This dimension says the external affairs power encompasses the relations of the Commonwealth of Australia maintains with other sovereign nations. Another identifiable dimension would be the extraterritorial power. That is, the external affairs power refers to matters geographically or physically external to Australia. The third recognized aspect of the external affairs power is the implementation of international treaties. Well, at least this one, ChatGPT got it right. Finally, there seems to be a 4th dimension, yet to be fully articulated by the High Court of Australia. This aspect is known as matters of international concern. So let's look at each one of these that I've just mentioned, starting with relations with other countries or comity. Comity is about a friendly environment where there's mutual recognition between countries of their powers, their territories, their sovereignty, etc. The external affairs power in this respect then relates to the friendly environment, to comity, to the relationship that the Commonwealth of Australia has with other nations. In R and Sharkey from 1949, Chief Justice Latham acknowledged that the external affairs power extends to the management of relations of the Commonwealth with other nations. Thus, if a Commonwealth law has the purpose of preserving relations or friendly relations with other countries, it should be valid. Another aspect of the external affairs power relates to those matters that are external to Australia. This is a bit controversial because in this respect, the power has been held to extend to places, people, matters or things physically external to Australia, even if the matter, things or persons do not have an immediate or direct connection or relationship with Australia. So, as Aroney, Gernagelos, Murray and Stellios have said, the court has upheld laws dealing with Australia's territorial sea, shipwrecks, regions of continental shelf between Australia and other countries, and crimes perpetrated overseas. Although some justices argued that there must be some sort of connection or nexus with Australia, others say that the mere externality would be sufficient to warrant a federal law as falling within the scope of Section 5129. The third dimension of the external affairs power is the implementation of international treaties. This is a purposive power, and we've talked about this in the link that is appearing on your screen. In basic terms, international treaties are only implemented after they have been incorporated into domestic law by an appropriate act of Parliament. In my next video, I'll explain the process of implementing treaties in Australia, so I won't say anything further here because a new video is coming very soon on this exact topic. Of course, if you do not want to miss this upcoming video, make sure you've liked this video, subscribe to our channel, because this will make YouTube algorithm recommend more videos from Aussie law to you, I think. And of course, if you really want to make sure that you are notified every time I upload a new video or short, click the bell icon as well. There are some rules that exist under the external affairs power and in relation to this implementation of treaties aspect of Section 5129. The main requisite is that the law to be valid under Section 5129 must implement the treaty. It must be conformed to the treaty. It must proportionally apply the terms of the treaty. The law must comply with or carry into effect the obligations of the international treaty. Moreover, the treaty must have been made in bona fide, that is, in good faith. And finally, the treaty must not infringe an express constitutional prohibition, such as sections 92 or 116. Okay, so we have three aspects: relations with other countries, externality or extraterritoriality, and the implementation of treaties. What about the fourth dimension, the aspect of the international concern? ChatGPT in fact included this one as one of the aspects of the external affairs power, and it said the external affairs power extends to matters of international concern, such as issues related to human rights, the environment and trade. And this is kind of true, because this idea of international concern came primarily from the decision of Justice Stevens in a case called Quata and Peterson from 1982. I don't know if I said the name again correctly or not. Yeah, I just tried my best. I don't know. In that case, Justice Stevens reasoned that the external affairs power, like defense, was not static. The external affairs power should observe that which is considered as a matter of international concern. Racial discrimination, genocide, slavery, these are all matters of international concern, and as such are matters that fall within the scope of Section 5129. For His Honour, the relevant aspect of Australia's engagement with the global community relates to the matter, the content, the material aspect of the treaties it participates in. And that's why some say that this may be a middle view that relates the implementation of treaties aspect with the dimension that concerns the relations with other countries. Others think that this is actually a proper aspect of the external affairs power itself. If the external affairs power has 3 or 4 dimensions, you name it. But one thing is sure, ChatGPT was wrong. Now, since we are talking about external affairs, I want to ask you a question. Is the UK a foreign power? Could the Commonwealth of Australia use its external affairs power to relate to the UK? We have answered this question in a video appearing in your screen. Give it a go, watch it, and I'll see you there. Ciao.